Hello everyone, today I will show you how I decided to redesign the 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗃 mobile banking app. And maybe most of you know that it's a mobile banking app for Emirates NBD Bank, and maybe some of you are even using it. One of the reasons why I decided to stick to it is because I'm using this bank and this app as well, and I've been finding it pretty frustrating to use, and I've also heard a lot of negative responses about it. So my redesign will be mostly focused on I'd say the design of the app, like the visuals, rather than the technicalities, because obviously I can't really do much in terms of like um, how well that app works, because one of the most common issues is that it's lagging and crashing a lot. But let's just imagine that I already considered and changed that. So yes, I'm mostly focused on visuals and accessibility of certain features of this app. So first, I conducted research. I conducted 5 interviews, and I interviewed different types of people, like different genders, ages, job titles, and also I distributed the survey to 11 different 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗃 users to collect some feedback. These are the survey results. I decided to represent them in a diagram so that it's more visual and easy to read. As we can see, most of the responses are negative. So if we're talking about the satisfaction with the app layout and design, most of the people are either dissatisfied or neutral. And overall satisfaction is also not good. Like most of the people are dissatisfied. Um, More than half is neutral, but it's not a good or bad thing. So all of these answers, I use them to um, then make some changes in the app. One of the most important things that I wanted to consider is I wanted to hear how readable do um, clients find the icons and the fonts and everything. And as we can see, most are finding it pretty unclear, or it's just like neutral. But even here we can see it's quite a lot of responses that are saying that it's unclear. And for the feature that is mostly being used is checking account balance and fund transfers. So all of these answers, I considered them in my new version of the app. So based on the research, we can say that the app has very poor navigation, unclear UI, performance issues, and also many people in the interviews, I asked them to mention maybe some other banking apps if they're using any, and many mentioned that Mashreq, Fab, and some Turkish banks are really, really convenient in terms of like mobile banking. For me personally, the best mobile banking app is Sberbank, which is a Russian bank, and I actually used it as an example to kind of like not replicate but get inspired from. So yes, the competitors are in the UAE are Fab, HSBC, Mashreq, and Vio, and Sberbank, as I said, is a Russian bank. I analyzed 3 of the competitors, which are Fab, ADCB, and Vio, and here we can see some strengths and weaknesses for all of them. So for all of these 3 apps, their strengths are the clarity and readability and the design. Weaknesses are mostly just like the amount of steps that you have to take to access certain features. And by the way, Emirates NBD banking app also has the same problem. And the solutions are to conduct user interviews, which I did, and then grab inspiration from other successful apps and ensure the compliance with the content accessibility guidelines and integrate better in-app support system, because that's one of the other issues that I've also heard about a lot. These are some other proposed solutions, such as that are more related to the design, like enable visibility of available balance, because this I actually deducted from the interviews and from the surveys and from my own experience, and add a daily transaction limit setting for credit cards, because one of the most common issues for people who are using credit cards is that the features for credit card users are not really clearly visible or easily accessible. And to understand the app and what people are wishing for, I made 5 potential user personas. All of these people are actually, all of these personas are inspired by the actual people that I interviewed. So as you can see, they're all different ages, different genders, and different titles. So some of them are students, some of them are entrepreneurs, some of them are executive, and etc. etc. They're all looking for um, seamless kind of transactions, and then more intuitive navigation, real-time transaction updates, friendlier design, and they're all struggling with slow performance, confusing navigation, and lack of real-time updates. So regarding the design, this is the font that I decided to use, or something similar to it, because it looks really sleek and smooth, and at the same time pretty neutral. These are the brand colors of Emirates NBD Bank in general. Like all of these colors are grabbed from their website or from their brand photography. And we can see these pages that, like, of the old app that currently exists, that I then redesigned. So this is just the first page before you log in. This is the login page. Notice how it asks you to enter the password, not like a PIN code, but an actual password, which has to be long and has to include different types of symbols and lower and uppercase letters and etc. This is the main page, which shows the total cash balance, and then like you can see your other products. And this button is actually okay. Like there's nothing wrong with it because it's visible. But the annoying thing about it is that once you want to see your products, it gives you like a drop-down menu, and you see how everything is like piled up here. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like it's really, really messy and cluttered. And you know, if someone has like many different cards, like I just have like 2 cards, but like some people have investments, some people have like credit cards also, you can't just include everything here. So I decided to make a whole new page instead of the drop down menu for the rest of the products. And this is also part of the main page, like quick actions. This feature is actually pretty good. There's nothing wrong with it. And here, down here, you can see your latest transactions, which is also pretty good. So I decided to keep that part. This is the new app design. So yeah, get started page, and then the login. As I said, I prefer the PIN code rather than a long password with different types of symbols, which is very time consuming, especially if the app keeps kicking you out and logging you out. And most of the apps actually, they have just the PIN code instead of the long password. And then overall, as I said, I was working more with visuals because it just has to look more modern and minimalistic, and at the same time keep the brand colors and like the brand identity of the bank. So here you can see the total cash balance, pretty much the same. Even the see all product buttons button is also here. But the thing that I changed is that when you click on it, it just like it doesn't give you a drop down menu, but it gives you the new page, which is here. It says savings, because in case you have let's say investments or credit cards or whatever, if you have many products, you have to have like a whole other page for it, because to be able to focus on each. And here it shows you your total like amount of funds across all accounts. And this is the diagram for visual representation of your funds to show you like each section stands for different types of accounts. Like this is, for example, your main account, like your like this debit card, and then this is like your credit card, and this is your investments and whatever. And that's it. The latest transactions, I just kept it the same, just made it look a bit more kind of minimalistic, less 3D, less whatever, made it more flat and sleek. Because yeah, there's nothing wrong with this part, but mostly the PIN code and the accessibility of the all products. That's the things that I focused on the most. Thank you so much, and I hope you liked it.